And welcome back to Stories from the River. I'm back in the studio today with my business partner and our president and COO, Manny Rodrigues. Manny, welcome back.
Thank you, Charlie. It's good to be back.
Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
How have you been?
I've been good. Kelly and I, we went on a vacation to Atlantis, to the Bahamas. That was her choice for a summer vacation. I got a lesson from a pickleball pro, and I ate way too much. I'm still trying to work that down. And we did an escape room. We did went to a magic show. I got caught up on stage.
Wow.
I helped the magician saw a woman in half.
Oh, I thought you were going to get sawed in half.
No,
Good.
they use professionals for that.
Good.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been well, thanks. Yeah, summer's coming to a close, and lots of exciting things. We'll chat about some of those today, but the soccer season is back in full swing for the boys, and excited, grateful to be here today with you.
Now you've been to some MLS games, so soccer season. You're coaching again this year.
I
right?
am coaching again. Middle school at Covenant Day. It'll be my third year. They've renewed the contract, so excited to be out there to be working out with some really great middle schoolers, but also excited to just be out there and learn and continue to get better as a leader.
Yeah. Well, and we had a couple new memory makers this summer, did we not?
Yeah, we sure did. Yeah, talk about memorable moments. This summer we were fortunate to have our two oldest, so Drew Malouf and James Rodrigues. They joined us as summer interns in our warehouse in Fort Mill, South Carolina. And they got to learn firsthand what it's like to be an otter. Our Fort Mill Otters welcome them with open arms. Stacy Pittman, Tim Klaus, Bob DeSaul, thank you so much. They got to meet a lot of amazing otters. It's it's the brand and the identity for our Fort Mill DC. And they got to learn a lot about dunnage and how important it is to recycle, whether it's cardboard or whether it's styrofoam. They got to audit lanes, home delivery lanes, making sure that the right product is in the right location so it can go to the right customer. Just really cool to see that next generation kind of learning the business.
Yeah, they got their hands involved in a whole lot. I think James helped with the flooring one time. I think Drew helped put together some of the Magic School Bus pockets and counting calculators and pens and pencils. And I think they were in the Pineville store one day.
They were in the Pineville store. They did an IT project with helping to clean and wipe some tablets and iPads. So it's very cool.
Yeah, no, I think Drew liked making that money. He was so I take him to cross country practice in the morning, come back, hurry up, shower, and I'd bring him into the office. And he liked making that money. and then sometimes I'd carry his younger brother Luke in with me, and Luke would just kind of hang out with me in my office, and Drew would say, "Hey, see if Luke was come down here, I'll teach him how to audit the lanes."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But he did want to always show him I think Drew's favorite part was the break room. I've heard about this break room. How
the elevated snacks that are available in that break room are real.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And so let's see what else. So I'm actually flying out tonight to Jackson, Mississippi, back home to my uncle celebrating his 80th birthday party. And so we're having a celebration for Uncle Mike.
Happy birthday, Uncle Mike, 80 years old. What an amazing celebration.
Yeah, and it's interesting. One of our landlords, we were working on a renewal, and he emailed me today and said he turned 65 today. And it's interesting. I just was in the Mooresville store on Monday, and Dan Pashala happened to be his 65th birthday. And I think today is also Coach McCormick's, or his birthday's coming up in 2 weeks. Sorry.
His birthday's coming up in a couple weeks.
He's got one, but Kim's birthday
is on Sunday.
Yeah, Kim's birthday is on Sunday. So we've got a lot of birthdays going on. And Coach just had his third grandchild, Killian Stace McCormick. So a lot's going on at the River. We just did 2 days at the Global Leadership Summit. We did. With it was 19 of us total. So me and you and 17 other memory makers. So that was fun. And we're going to do a Global Leadership Summit series, debrief recap series with our takeaways, kind of like we did after World Business Forum. Right. And so we got a lot going on, but I don't think we're here to talk about like what we did all summer. The banter's great, and you excited for football season?
I am excited. I am excited for football season. There's lots of hints to the fall that is coming. But yes, we are here today to really share some exciting news about what's going on at Broad River Retail. So Charlie, what's going on?
I guess 5 minutes of banter was enough.
That's probably enough.
That's probably enough. I was asking
we
about
want to keep
season.
the listeners and viewers engaged.
Yeah, I did start Hard Knocks with the Buffalo Bills last night.
Ooh, very nice. I've not started that yet.
Yeah. It's pretty good. A lot of Josh Allen, Dawson Knox, and some of the defensive linemen and Tre'Davious White. Anyways, We'll move on. So listen, a lot of exciting news. We just announced this morning on a town hall to our memory makers that we're on the move again. Thanks to our memory makers, we look at growth a number of different ways. And so just kind of as a refresher here, we always want to grow our current stores. If you're in the retail business, I think you have to always you get judged on last year, how you do against last year. And so same store sales is a metric that any retailer is hyper aware of. Are you going backwards, treading water, or going forwards? And then we look at our current markets and how do we grow our market share in our existing markets, and whether you can do that in your current stores, or you can do that by adding new stores in what's called kind of the white space. And then we look at like new concepts within our existing markets, like our Ashley outlet concept. And then we might look at new markets, like with Project Cascade and going into Spokane, Washington. And so we're going to deploy growth strategy number 2, which is growing into the white space with Ashley stores in our current markets. And so we're going to go into Easley, South Carolina. It is a city that we've had on our big board for several years, since before the pandemic.
That's right.
It'll be our 5th store in the upstate of South Carolina and our 10th store in the state of South Carolina, and our 35th store by the time we open it, which we think might be in December of this year, which seems like pretty quick, or early 2026 to give us a little bit of cushion. But we're super excited about Easley. So initial thoughts on Easley?
Yeah. Well, like you said, we've been there. We've been tracking the market pretty closely over the past several years. We love the upstate. It's exciting to see what's happening in Greenville, at Dreamville, as we like to say. We actually have a renovation getting ready to kick off there after Labor Day in September. So excited about that. And then Easley has been just a growing market. And we have a process on how we evaluate locations on the big board, locations that we would contemplate going into. And so we've visited multiple times. We continue to look at traffic patterns, the growth there of households, where folks are traveling in from, and kind of what the market would hold. But really, we're really excited about our team, our people, our distribution center in Spartanburg. They're doing an amazing job. They're healthy. They've got room to continue to serve our customers in the upstate. And so this just gives them another opportunity to really continue to furnish life's best memories in the upstate by adding Easley, South Carolina, to the mix. That's our West region. And so Chris Wright and the team, they're just on fire. They're on fire. And this is going to hopefully continue to add to the momentum that they're creating each and every day in those locations in the upstate. So I'm pumped. I'm ready to go.
I'm going back to banter for a second.
We're
going back to banter for a second. So, because I had more banter I wanted to get through, and you cut me short on my banter. So someone broke the internet this week on the 12th of August.
They sure did.
Well, if you're watching this on Tuesday, it would be last week. So on the 12th of August, so the 12th studio album on 12 p.m. On the 12th of August was teased out by Taylor Swift on for all the Swifties out there on the New Heights podcast. And on the New Heights podcast, which the following night, then she talked about it for a couple hours with Travis and Jason Kelsey. I think they have this thing they call new news. So I thought we might say, new store alert, new news. We got new news, guys. So anyways, that's my little.
That's great. I figured you'd figure out a way to get your newfound Swiftiness into this podcast. So congrats for joining the fan club. You've been welcomed in with open arms. So
it's funny. I sent the thing about, so the thing that was piqued my interest is the thing that broke the internet, whatever, announcing her album, talked about the orange era is upon us.
That's right.
Well, the color orange, Ashley is orange. And so it kind of like, what's she talking about? And so I was like, well, is this a good thing or a bad thing? is Taylor validating that orange is in? Is that good for Ashley? Like or is it a bad thing? Like, are we going to lose our claim to orange? We were already fighting the Home Depot on it, and now we got to fight, Taylor Swift on it.
Like, please, let's share orange.
Let's share. I've been seeing all the companies like now, like kind of like doing spiffs on it about orange. So the orange era is upon us, and so that's something to get excited about.
It's the orange era is definitely upon us, and it's coming to Easley, South Carolina.
That's right. So with that being said, we talked about a 2030 vision to double our company sales within a 6-year period of time, which is a 12% compounded annual growth from our starting point. And with our volume levels, it's not easy to do, but we like a good challenge. And so we got to deploy multiple strategies to kind of figure this out. But we can't be reckless about it. And so our memory makers have really put us in a position by how they're executing, by some of the areas of focus that are really hitting on all cylinders, like operational efficiencies and our fortress security and our innovation. And then the fourth one, driving revenue. And what we've really seen, since Memorial Day, our sales have really started to accelerate for this year. So we've got our targeted number of $272 million for this year. And I would tell you, I think right now we're on track.
I would agree with that.
We got it in our sights. And so with that, you look at like the upstate of South Carolina, and it hasn't always been the healthiest market at Broad River. I actually joined the day we opened store number 3 in our current Greenville, South Carolina. And then we quickly thereafter, and this was before the Great Recession, would then open Spartanburg and Anderson. And, our credit worthiness at that time, our scope and scale as a company at that time, we couldn't negotiate the right, like we got edged out of some of our desired locations from other big retailers at that time. I think it was like an H.H. Gregg. And so we kind of had to make it work with what we had and what we could get. And then the Great Recession happened, and we had some less desirable rates because we felt pressure to open stores at that time. And so we kind of had to work through some of those leases and locations. And now look at it and how the whole market has transformed. And you talked about Greenville going through a remodel. So think about it, just for the last 5 years. Or maybe just going back a little bit before, Greenville had a remodel.
Sure did.
To a 6.0 back in 2017 or 18? 2018, late 18, to a 6.0. And so this is its second remodel in less than 7 years.
Correct.
Or in about 7 years' time. And that's pretty fast. But now we're on to the 7.0 model. So Greenville, we're saying, hey, this is where we want to be. We want to take the new facade rendering for what Greenville's going to look like. We'll show that on screen. It's going to be awesome. And now it's going to be a 2-in-1 store, an Ashley store and outlet. Okay, got it. Going back to like 2020, 5 years ago, we upgraded our Spartanburg original lease was ending, and we got a bigger box and a better location with a lower rent factor, and is at the corner of what we call Main and Main, and it's done phenomenally well in a former Toys R Us, and it's a 2-in-1 box.
I was gonna say same concept.
Yep. So and then fast forward maybe a year or two later, and we doubled our size in Anderson for no more expense on rent to Broad River, in a better, more visible location, and another former Toys R Us, and also made it an Ashley store and outlet. So I look at those moves. Okay, healthy. We go into Greenwood, some of the white space in the market, between Anderson and Augusta, Georgia, but technically part of the upstate. And we open up we get creative. We do kind of 3 out parcels in one and make it a store.
That was a creative project.
Yeah. Yep. Sure was. And then, and you guys did a great job with it. And that was just a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And then, and then we open up Spartanburg's distribution center, what we call Spartan Ridge. And that's delivering for the upstate and Western North Carolina in Arden. And then the new store we opened, in Asheville within the last 5 years. And so now this market that we've looked at, but we couldn't find the right retail location, but we've kind of got our ears to the ground and listening, and a former bargain hunt becomes available. And you and I drove the market, and just what was our reaction when we drove Easley most recently, kind of looking at the bargain hunt, the former bargain hunt space that in Easley Village Shopping Center?
Yeah, it's very quickly it's a wow. Like you drive that highway in front of the location, and the amount of cars, the amount of traffic in Easley and around all of the retail locations, it's a vibrant market. And so what's important for us in retail is having presence, is having a big time presence where customers that are driving by know that we are not just in the market, but we're here intentionally. And so this new facade is going to really stand out. It's going to be elevated. And so whether you're coming south or going north, it's a great visibility. Really excited. It's a really intentional way to bring Ashley to our Easley customers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I would tell you my first impression of Easley going there more recently was this is a healthy retail corridor.
That's right.
There's a lot of new retail, and we had looked at the big shopping center and couldn't kind of find the right economics or the right space that we really liked that was desirable to us to enter into, and we just kind of kept waiting and looking and wait. So again, we got really healthy in the upstate with our locations, with our performance, our Greenville store, Spartanburg and Anderson, they're all been on fire. And the whole West region, Chris Wright, the sheriff, and the Wild West. I mean, the store's under his supervision and our leaders there. Yeah, shout out to Jeff Willis at Greenville and,
That's right.
and Danny and Sean and Brett and Chris and KC. I mean, they're doing a phenomenal job, our retail leaders. Yep. So the market got healthy. It's growing. Our traffic's up. In this location, and the wow factor, like to me, it was like when we invest several $100,000 into remaking the store and put our stamp on it for what it will look like with the new Ashley 7.0 concept, and it'll be 41,479 square feet, an Ashley store and outlet with an expanded sleep shop, bringing in Ashley Luxe as well.
That's right.
I mean, now it's going to be a wow factor for the town. And there are other competitors, there's other retailers, but I really think we will be entering the market in a phenomenal way. So you have to have kind of a landlord who you think that you can get the right deal, a fair deal, who you can work with, and that you feel great about the location, and that you know that you can kind of staff it with the right talent and the right people. And, our marketing presence, our marketing's been hitting on all cylinders. Our visual rock stars have been hitting on all cylinders. Our merchandising team's been hitting on all cylinders. Our supply chain operations, home delivery operations teams have been hitting on all cylinders. Retail performance, we talked about in retail operations. Yep. Just give them shout outs to all of them. So the teams are all hitting on all cylinders, poised and ready. And we can't hold them back. We can't be the lid. So if we find the right location, and the last thing I kind of want to say on this is that we have had a proficiency for going into second generation boxes, number one, and also to going into like non-major metro areas, but offshoots or satellite cities or towns to major metro towns. And Easley's pretty close to Greenville. But, if you think about like what we've executed in Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Wilson, Albemarle, Greenwood, Salisbury, these other cities that I think Easley will perform really well for us. We know the kind of business we already do in Easley, right, and to kind of grow that market share in Pickens County, right there in between, Anderson and Greenville. I'm super excited about it. I think the location is going to look wonderful when we put our brand new facade. We invest several $100,000 into it. And we get cranking to get the store open.
That's right. There's a lot there, Charlie. And I just want to go back and just, I love how you mapped out and kind of took us through the history of the Upstate. Mm-hmm. Because all those moves don't happen if you don't have a long-term view on the business. And so I think, you've really established that here as like, hey, we're not building this for like the next quarter to produce a great looking quarter. We're building this for the next quarter century, and because we have memory makers that you just give so much to the business each and every day. And so 5 years ago, it'd be pretty hard to kind of, or just maybe far-fetched to kind of think about where we are today in the Upstate, but it's one decision at a time. It's one decision, one rooted decision with discipline, with a process of how we go and look at these things. And now you look at kind of where we are in Anderson and Spartanburg, like you said, in Greenville, going through its second renovation. It really pegs to things that you've mentioned here on the podcast and that you've explained about how we were rooted in having a long-term, having that long-term mindset. So, so I love that. Also, we're really excited about going into this location because we get to do it with an Ashley design team who's best in class. Mm-hmm. They help us take these second generation spaces that might not, off the street, maybe not that much visually appealing, but they really help us think through and reimagine and bring these retail locations back to life.
Yeah.
And so Tim, sales, and all of our partners there at Ashley, we love these types of projects. And we're excited about what's going to happen here in Easley to bring Ashley's breadth of product to the customers in Easley, because you mentioned Ashley Luxe. Like, this location will have Ashley Luxe product, which is going to be just beautiful. It's going to have some custom options. So lots of exciting stuff here. Have a best-in-class sleep shop from some of the top vendors and partners that we have with Tempur-Pedic and Nectar, Ashley Sleep, in Purple. And so it's definitely going to be a wow factor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, the history of our history of the Upstate is really important to kind of tell that story, know that story, and to appreciate what we have. Taking a long-term view. I mentioned some of these smaller towns. I forgot to neglected to mention Aiken and Rock Hill.
Yeah, it's good examples.
And two newer stores, and also so South Carolina, Rock Hill, South Carolina, close to our distribution center, and Aiken, part of the Augusta market. So we're really so if you're a landlord in a smaller town or city with available retail space in one of our markets, hey, give us a call.
Drop it in the comments.
Yeah. Give us a call. We might like to talk to you about leasing your space from you or buying it from you and transforming it into a beautiful Ashley store. Or Ashley Store and Outlet, but I'm really excited about it. I think the team is poised to execute really well. Yes. You look at what the Spartan Ridge Bruins are able to do and to drive that throughput, partner with Ashley and all of our partners, and to really continue to grow the West region that's been on fire. Easley is a vibrant, growing town. Its roots go back to being a railroad depot, I think. The railroad, it was a stop on the rail lines between Atlanta and Charlotte, and that's some of the history of Easley. And Easley's grown up. And the whole Upstate has really continued to grow. It's a great place to live. Mm-hmm. It's very livable. It's got affordable housing. It's got a ton of land. It's just the land mass of that area, and a lot of great outdoor areas and a lot of lakes, rivers, hiking opportunities, mountains, technology companies, manufacturing companies, retail companies, BMW, the car dealerships,
right up the road,
car manufacturing that's in the market. So you've got a lot of just infrastructure, and then just being so close to Charlotte and Atlanta, it's just a very desirable place. You talked about the Greenville Drive, the high Class A team of the Boston Red Sox, which is there. But Greenville's got a lot. Greenville, Spartanburg, the Upstate has a lot going on.
It does.
There's also got Clemson University, and I think you're thinking about going down to the Clemson football game, aren't you?
Yeah,
LSU,
we'll try to get down there. There's some exciting games coming on. As we were researching Easley and kind of things that make that town so unique, or just even folks that are from there, being a lifelong New Englander and Patriot fan. Stanley Morgan, one of our wide receivers for the New England Patriots, long time ago. Not that long, Stanley. Not that long. We love you.
You think he listens to this podcast?
Oh yeah. Well, I invite Stanley Morgan to. He's a frequent listener. So he is from Easley. He went to the University of Tennessee, which I know Kim likes, and then he played up in New England amongst a couple other teams, but. So Stanley Morgan is from Easley, South Carolina.
There you go. We learn something new every day. Well, we can't wait to get open in Easley. And so it'll be our 35th store.
Correct.
And we only have 33 open. So the 34th, we believe, will be in Spokane, Washington.
Correct.
Project Cascade is alive and well. We've talked about that on this podcast, that 3-story behemoth in Spokane. Our first store in the Spokane market will get open also in Q4 of this year.
Correct.
And Easley will be right behind that. So 34 and 35. So we're on the move. We'll finish 2025 strong, get 2 new stores open. So we couldn't be more excited to grow with Ashley, to grow with our memory makers, to create opportunities for advancement.
Yep.
And it doesn't happen without our memory makers.
That's right.
Every single day, they propel us to grow. They pioneer new avenues and adventures for us. And so we're going to continue to grow in the West region. We'll see who is selected to lead that store. It's going to be a great store. It's going to be a beautiful store. And I'm really excited about it. It's a great opportunity for us. And I can't wait to kind of really be entrenched in that market, to furnish more of life's best memories, closer to home, closer to where people live in Easley, and to bring them the best of Ashley, the best of Broad River, the best of the river there. And who knows, maybe at some point next year, we'll be doing a grand opening celebration from Easley. So that's what this episode is about. Like I said, we're going to get into our Global Leadership Summit series, and we've got so many other really exciting series queued up for you. We've announced our Pioneering the Path, a Purpose 828 experience. We've got that coming up on August 28th with 2 powerhouse keynote speakers in Kristen Hadid and John Acuff, in an immersive day for our retail leaders, part of Project Nucleus. And we've got a grand reopening ribbon cutting celebration August 26th for the freshly remodeled and renovated Columbia store on Harbison Boulevard. And then we've also got the night that this episode airs on August 19th, we've got our 4th annual Home Furnishings Expert Soiree at STK Steakhouse. Well, that's always a lot of fun. It's a can't miss event. And so come hungry is what we like to say. And make sure you get a lot to eat. So we bought out the restaurant for the night, celebrating our experts and their plus ones, and our leadership team and our partners. So that's going to be awesome. Shout out to Synchrony and Storis and Ashley and Timber Sealy, I should say, and our partners who stay in McGuire Woods. And
Riverstone.
Riverstone, and I think Risk Assurance Partners.
Absolutely. All of them for contributing.
And Purple. So I got all our partners listed there. So thanks so much. Manny, final words on Easley.
Well,
take us home.
You mentioned this, retail is a team sport. Retail is a team sport. We can't do any of this by ourselves, nor do I think we'd want to. We love the fact that we get to do this with our memory makers, with our partners, with our communities. And so that's the blessing. The blessing is that we get to do this together. And so we're so excited that today on this podcast, you get to hear a little bit more about this new venture in Easley, South Carolina. I'm excited about the growth opportunities for our memory makers to continue to grow with us, as we'll be looking for leadership roles in Easley and hiring new folks. And if you're interested, come join us. Come join us here at the River. We have opportunities. We'd love to have you. Reach out. We'd love to bring you on board, and who knows, you could be here at the podcast very, very soon. So thanks for the opportunity to be here with you today and talk about this amazing new store.
And his teams win, whether it's middle school or his pickleball doubles teams or just winning at the River. He's a winner. So thanks so much, Manny. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here every Tuesday and Thursday. Try to bring you the freshest content at retail that we can. And hey, we're trying to challenge ourselves to get it fresher, better, more innovative, more creative. And Tyler and our social team is doing a great job. Shout out to Marina and Through the Noise. So thanks so much for joining us. Thank you to our listeners, our followers, our subscribers. Do us a favor, give us a 5-star rating. That helps with the algorithms. Give us a like or even just leave us a note with some feedback. But join us every Tuesday and Thursday, the freshest retail content on the web, the everyday heroes behind the scenes, oftentimes fresh new series. Whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or watching on YouTube, thanks so much for joining us. That's a wrap.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. To watch this episode, go to youtube.com/@storiesfromtheriver. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.